Cancer, January. Well, we've got the winner's card, we've got a little bit of wish fulfillment, a little bit of passion, a little bit of naughty bits, followed by, being grateful, and some practicality. Let's have a look and see which cards you have. So, Cancer, your first card out is the Six of Wands. Way to go, Cancer. What is happening? Is this going to thread and weave the story for what's happening in January? I really hope so, because you couldn't start on a better card. You're going to win. You're going to get what you want. But what is it that you need to win at? What is it that you want? How is it that you want your story to go? I'm really hoping that you know what your story is. I'm really hoping that you've got every idea under the sun on your plan for 2025, and you're kicking off January in style. Because if you have this concept of, I'm going to win, I know what I want, I know how I want to do it, there's nothing stopping you, is there? I mean, our top line of cards is going wonderfully, isn't it, Cancer? Because your next card out is the Nine of Cups, and it's telling me that you've already worked out your plan. Well, I can tell that from having your Six of Wands here. You've already worked out the plan. You already know what you want and how you want it and why you're wanting it. So what's going on here? Well, the little seed of doubt is the bumblebee at the bottom of the picture, as you can see here. The bumblebee is going, well, don't be resentful about the past. Let's discuss, Cancer. What is it that you're resentful about the past? Now, I know you're sensitive, Cancer, and I've been telling you I can see you hiding in your shell. And to some degree now, Cancer, in January, you've got to come out of your shell, because you've got your winner's card here and it's saying, you're going to achieve everything you want to achieve. So you can't stay hiding. And what are you resentful about? Well, yes, bee stings hurt. So let's take the hurt and discuss the hurt. We get hurt by things, and yes, you are super sensitive. You're a water sign, and probably the most sensitive of the water sign, because you can only go and hide from situations. You're not like a scorpion that goes and gets revenge, and you're not like a Pisces that turns into a piranha fish every now and then. You're just a Cancerian in your shell, and even you can't even shut your shell off because your body is underneath the bottom of the shell, so there's nothing protecting you on the base of your shell. So you are super sensitive to life, and look, bad things happen to us, and that is part of our life's journey. And I know this is deeply spiritual, but we're all on a spiritual journey, whether you like it or not. We're all part of the universe, whether you want to accept it or not, whether you think it's a bit of woo-woo or not. We're all spiritual beings. And at the end of the day, your journey is this: get over the bee sting. Okay? Stop it. You've taken the bee sting out. It doesn't need to hurt anymore, because you're allowing this bee sting to stop your progress. We've started off so well. You are going to win. But this bee sting, extract the bee sting. Then the pain goes away. Understand that the bee sting is all about everybody else in your life who has let you down. All the situations that have gone wrong in your life where you've had to learn really tough lessons. Well, you've learnt the lessons. You haven't failed, because there's no such thing as failure. There is something called learning a lesson. Now, we have to take personal responsibility about the lesson that we learn. Do you want to learn an easy lesson, or do you want to learn the hard lesson? Take a bit of advice from me. I've done many lessons in my life. Learn the easy lesson, make it quick, and get over it and start moving on. I'm telling you, move on smartly now from the past. You've learnt your lessons, you know what's happened, and now, because this Nine of Cups is about wish fulfillment, that means the universe has emptied your Seven of Cups, and it's emptied them out, so we know that they've gone in the bin. We've had the loss on the Eight of Cups, we know that, and we've walked away, and now you've got your wish fulfillment in the Nine of Cups. So what are your wishes? What do you want to win at? Come on, Cancer. It's wonderful. We've got wonderful things happening in January for you. And fill those 9 cups with 9 new ideas. Don't make wishes, because wishes never have a tendency to come through. That's just our unconscious mind coming up with daft ideas. But when we make a plan, yes, back to that boring topic, but make your plan, know what you want in 2025, know how you're going to get yourself to win. I'm going back to this all the time, aren't I? Told you, it's the golden thread of your story. Understand what your 9 achievements you want, challenges, ideas, concepts. Understand what those 9 plans are. Put them into practice, and you might be quite surprised about what's happening next, because your Emperor card comes in. Now, with the Emperor, you can choose to be grumpy, or you can choose to be passionate. So, Cancer, which one do you think I'm going to recommend for you? The passion. I want you to be passionate, because the top line here, you've had your 6 of Wands, you've had your 9 of Cups. Now we've got the Emperor. Of course, you're going to be passionate about what you want on your plan of your 9 cups, your wish fulfillment. You're going to be passionate. You're going to start making everything happen for you. You're going to start making your dreams come true. Your wishes come true. Your plans come true. You're going to be passionate, because the Emperor has his army underneath him, and he knows exactly what he wants to do. He knows how he's going to go into battle. And I'm not saying that life is going to be a battle, but he knows how he's going to march his soldiers forwards. His soldiers are all his ideas. Okay? He's the leader of his gang. You are the boss of your company. Wherever this is falling, you are in a leadership role, because you've got the Emperor. And I want you to be passionate, because the other side of this card is all about you sitting there, having a bit of a relationship with a very comfortable chair, being very, very grumpy about life. Now, you can be grumpy about life if you want to continue to entertain the bee sting. To Cancer, you know what I'm going to say. No more. No more bee sting. No more being grumpy. We want that passion. You got to turn yourself around. Move yourself forward. Because the golden thread of the story is you will win. You have the 6 of Wands. So, on your top line of your cards today for January, you're getting there. However, your next card is the Devil. Now, the Devil card. Let's give a nice spin on the Devil, because the Devil is all about your bad bits. Ultimately, that is what the Devil is about. But as I keep saying on every reading, there's a plus and a minus to each card, and I've already said that to you. Now, the Devil. You can be addicted, because that's what the Devil is about. The bad bits of your personality, those are our addictions. Our addictions are our naughty bits. It doesn't mean that you have to be heavy into alcohol, drugs, gambling, whatever. We know all the bad addictions. We're not talking about that. But we are talking about being addicted to doing life in a particular way. And like I've said to you, if you're always going to sit being resentful about life and how it's treated you, how it's hurt you, how it's inflicted so much pain on you, Cancer, and how sensitive and delicate you are, and we know that. You know that you're delicate. You know that you're sensitive. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. We're just honouring the fact that you are super sensitive. So get a glass box and put a glass box around you and throw away the key, so people can only tap on the glass box. They can't break it. It's impenetrable glass. That vulnerability that you have, I want that vulnerability to become a good vulnerability, so that these passions, these new things that you want to do coming forwards from the Emperor, the passion, you can surmount your addictions, your bad bits, your bad ways of looking at everything. And then the other part of the Devil comes out, where he's quite cunning, where he's quite clever, and he sits in the background and he looks at situations very carefully and goes, okay, now because I've changed my way of looking at everything, and I'm not going to be hurt by life, by pain anymore, because I'm not choosing to be hurt by life anymore, because I can only be hurt by things if I want to be hurt by them. Well, we're ditching the bee sting, aren't we, for 9 new ideas. So you're no longer going to be hurt by things. So by standing back and taking a little bit more of an objective point of view, you can see how and what and why certain situations are happening, how people are behaving towards you. You can see them in a different light. And what does that mean? In the great words of Sun Tzu, he says, "Know thy enemy." Now, that is used in his book, The Art of War, which is still used. The principles of the art of war are still used today in war settings, because you get to know your enemy. In other words, you're standing back and you're looking at them, not in your emotional point of view, which is at the end of your nose and how everything is hurting you and how everything is affecting you. You are looking at it from a different perspective. What is the solution? So the art of war is teaching you to look at your enemy. Your enemy is a situation. This enemy is something coming towards you, the other person in your life. And that could be the dearest relationship. They're not really the enemy. The enemy word is a metaphor. Know thy enemy. Know that situation, that person, that concept, and look at it from an objective point of view. Take yourself away from it, look at it, turn around and look back at it properly from a distance, and you will get your answer, which won't beasting you. Okay? Now, beasting, you know what they do in the army? They beast you to try and break you. Well, it's not going to break you. This is not going to break you anymore, because from the Devil card, it's saying, know what you want, know how you want to do it, fulfill those 9 cups, and everything will start changing. Because your 9 of Wands comes in and it says, I am honouring all that I have learnt, because we've got the 9 of Cups and now we have the 9 of Wands. I am honouring my lessons. I am bowing down to the higher authority of my life, which is the universe. I am bowing to the knowledge that I have learned. I have learned so much over this period of time that it can't get any better. Aren't you lucky? And within this honouring of everything, you've got all the right ideas for you to succeed this month, Cancer. You have all the right ideas. You have the passion, the enthusiasm to carry you through, because ultimately this month, Cancer, is all about you making an amazing transition, and as a result you come up with a very nice way of doing things. You have a very practical response to everything that has been happening to you, maybe in the last month, but definitely over the last year. And this is going to enable you to move forwards in the way that you need it to move forwards, for you to do everything in the way that you want to. And this practical approach is the complete opposite to you having an empathic approach, because sometimes when we are an empath, we become empathetic. Did you hear the last bit? Pathetic. We've ditched the M and we become pathetic within our being. And I know that's tough and horrible of me, but I don't want you to be pathetic anymore. I want you to be practical. Change the pathetic to practicality. Okay? Change it into being practical. Own who you are and start creating, because the page is at the beginning of her journey into the realms of being the knight, the queen, and finally the king. You are on a journey in January, I hope, because you have 2 major arcana within the next 2 months. You are going to be in a much better space. And Cancer, if you're enjoying my videos and you're enjoying my content, and I would love you to like and subscribe, please leave me a comment. I love to hear from you and I love writing back to you, and I will see you in the next videos. Have a great January, Cancer. It's all happening for you.